1 2 1 2. Hopefully, I'm sounding crispy. A little parched. Let me get a little sip a little bit of this bev real quick. Excuse me. Yeah. Had to wet the whistle real quick. You already know the vibes. What's going on, Blaze? Bloodline is forever. You already see. And speaking of, I definitely enjoyed that segment. You know what I'm saying? My main thing is that the island of relevancy is supposed to be about accountability. And this dude Solo, he was the one that said it basically, and that's when basically he got kicked out of the bloodline or whatever. Jimmy Uso got kicked out of the bloodline by Solo and newcomer Tama Tonga, right? My thing is this: if the island of relevancy is all about accountability when it comes to losing and all that shit, Solo, you the biggest hypocrite out here, my dude. It is what it is. You the biggest hypocrite. You lost way more times than Jimmy Uso. They was better off having Paul Heyman take your spot. Nah, I'm just fucking around, of course. I'm being sarcastic, but this dude lost 30 straight times in a row. You want to talk about accountability? At least this dude Jimmy, yes, we all know, yes, Jimmy is a bum. Ain't nobody disputing that shit, but I know damn well Jimmy ain't lose what 30 times within the few 3 to 4 months. He didn't lose 30 straight times. Or close to 30. You might as well just, when you round it off to the nearest tenth, yeah, might as well say 30 straight times. But you see, they're continuing on this bloodline storyline. They said this dude Tama Tonga has showed up and did what he did to Jimmy Uso because it was the tribal chief made the call, but they didn't say Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? They just said the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? But that's why everybody's having the speculation, like, oh, let me find out. This dude just took over the bloodline. This dude Solo. And I get it, yeah, from before they has said that Roman has said he's supposed to be the next up as a tribal chief, the next tribal chief. But it's like, my dude, this makes shit make sense. Like, if you're supposed to be the next tribal chief, you should be looking dominant. Just because you beat John Cena doesn't mean you have to lose 30 straight times after that. That don't make no fucking sense. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm shocked that Tama Tonga showed up. I thought Tama Tonga was gonna go to NXT. I guess he's gonna explain himself. He should explain himself on this coming SmackDown. It only makes sense, explain yourself, why you here, whatever. I don't know if he could cut a good promo or anything like that. I never really watched him wrestle like that. I know of him, but never really followed his career like that when it came to like the Indies and Japan and shit like that. But yeah, B. Everybody complaining about Cody Rhodes already. And it's like, yo, are y'all serious? This dude just won the belt, 2 weeks ago? They already said like, "Oh, this is boring. What is he doing? Why is he not defending the belt? Yada yada yada." You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, what y'all want him to do? Go into a motherfucking multi-man match right after WrestleMania? Y'all gotta remember, this dude was fighting all weekend, and he, like, you could basically say it was back to back matches, back to back hardcore matches. Let that dude Cody just kick back and cook. I finished my bitching and moaning last week with Cody. I'm ready to see what he gonna do. We all are, and like I wanted to talk about that shit too because it's like how did they go about L.A. Knight versus AJ Part 2? Who's gonna win that shit? Because both of them can't afford to lose, and I guess I like that aspect because both of them can't afford to lose. This match does look unpredictable, but I'm leaning towards AJ more. But I think if they do good business, it should be LA Knight. But then you got to think of they're not gonna have they might not have Cody go up against LA Knight or whatever because that'll definitely kill off LA Knight's momentum again. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they had this dude go up against Roman Reigns. That killed his momentum, and then have him go up against Cody and lose again. So you got that factor right there. Oh, quick. Oh yeah, another thing I definitely want to talk about. We definitely got to talk about fucking Rhea Ripley being. First and foremost, it sucks that she's injured, but this is definitely a blessing in disguise. How over Rhea Ripley is, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Especially when she came from before. Okay, when she was in NXT, when she was in NXT, she was lit. You know what I'm saying? She was on a come up or whatever. And then when she went to the main roster, she just completely died out. Like Vince didn't know what the fuck to do with her. And then after that, you know what I mean, she joined Judgment Day, and then she got back to her NXT roots and just basically propelled past that. Surpassed it. Held down the division, had a great match with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. And, we all know that, yeah, injuries are a part of the game. It just sucks that it happened at this time. But like I said, this might be a blessing in disguise. It's definitely a blessing in disguise. Number one, you see how over she legitimately is. Ballet, what it do though? Ballet the Enforcer. Dynasty was goody. The UK cat fight. What's that? I heard that black dude. I don't know that black dude name. That just came to NXT. That young cat. He be jumping mad high. Well, don't we all, huh? But I don't know that dude name. He got dreads and all that, and he fought Ilya Dragunov earlier tonight. I ain't see that match, but I heard that was happening. It sucks that mommy hurt, but the fact that she didn't lose the title via pinfall, she still looks strong. Definitely, she looks. Yo, she's the modern day China. That's it. I'm calling it. She's the modern day China. She definitely wrestles better than China did, and the popularity is there for this modern era. She just needs competition. I remember Topher saying that shit also. Like she needs some legitimate competition. And that's where Liv Morgan comes into play. And remember, I was telling y'all, like, Liv got better. This is what I'll be talking about. Like, of course, she injured her by accident. I'm not saying she purposely injured her, but I just love the fact that she's healing into that. You know what I mean? It's like there's a double turn going right now. And hopefully Rhea could come back soon enough, hopefully by SummerSlam, and they could pick up that feud maybe sooner than SummerSlam. You know, we want her to heal up properly. But if she could come back sooner than later, I'm telling you, that'll be a big feud for the summer. I don't care what nobody said. I think Liv got much better. Dynasty said that soft ass Punk versus. Hey, look, Tony Khan was in Fair Force live. Drop this link real quick. Oh yeah, I ain't pull up last week, so I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? We done did WrestleMania and all that. We pulled up for the WrestleMania after party, and y'all gotta understand too, like, I'll be busy other than doing this. I love this is like rec to me, you know what I'm saying? So when sometimes when I'm tired or I'm at work or something like that, that's when I don't end up, you know what I mean, pulling up for the live. But we here now. Hold on, wait. Damn. Yeah, B. But going back to yo, this dude Tony Khan was acting like this dude CM Punk came out there with a fucking chainsaw, mowing everything down. You would think he said he was in trouble for his life. Equipment was destroyed. All this extra shit he got going on. We seen that shit. It was just a little scuffle. You know, this dude CM Punk roughed him up a little bit, and it's like people was taking this shit serious, more serious than it needed to be. It wasn't really that serious. Did Tony Khan need to show the footage? Maybe he got what he was looking for. He got the spike in the ratings. Isn't that what they all do? I get it that CM Punk ain't in the company anymore, but shit, he's not the first one or the last one to ever do some shit like that. I see you, Black Star. Big Hand Dog. What do you doing, God?
Last Goody Center.
All right, all right.
I mean, last week was interesting, to say the very fucking least.
Yeah, Raw's been good, B. Like these two Raws, I'm loving the slow build to everything. I'm loving the different format that they got going on. I'm here for it.
Triple H is a good storyteller. That's what he is.
He's letting shit breathe.
Yeah, he can tell a story.
People are sounding less robotic in their promos.
The way Rhea Ripley said, "I'm out for blood." Like, yeah.
Yo, you see how open she is?
Yeah.
She is super duper over. Like, I went there and said she's the modern day China. I'm going there with it.
Yeah, she probably is. She probably is.
She could definitely wrestle better than China, and the popularity is there.
Then wouldn't she be more like a more pale, forgot her name, Chinese chick?
More pale Chinese chick?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the woman's name. She's in the Hall of Fame.
No, I gave her that I gave that analogy because, you know, given the fact that, you know, everybody look at China as like the alpha female of the women's division. She was like, you know, she's like, what do you think of alpha females as wrestlers and shit? The first person first chick a motherfucker's gonna think of is China.
No. Scratch that. She's a more pale Jazz. That's what she is.
Oh, Jazz was my bitch, yo.
Just no nonsense. Just
Yeah,
ready to go.
Jazz, yo. Jazz had them squabbles.
Jazz don't get enough credit, honestly.
What's good, TKO?
What up, y'all?
And she damn sure don't get her accolades. Remember
don't.
her and Trish Stratus went to war.
Yeah, more than once.
Didn't they have a tables match at one point, her and Trish?
Yeah, on Raw.
Yeah, I think with the Dudleys, yeah.
Wow.
Good.
But with Rhea, but I gotta say this though, with Rhea Ripley out, they gotta build new stars for the women's division now.
Like if you WWE, do you pull the trigger on Roxanne Perez moving her up? Or do you keep everything as is?
It's no rush. It's no rush for her. You know, she's still mad young. There's no rush.
Okay.
I mean, ain't really much else for her to do on NXT. I know she's the champion now, but
yeah, she gotta defend the belt.
Like the match that has to happen now.
What they need to do, like they need to have her because remember she was a champion when she was a face. Now you build the division around her as a heel.
Yeah, you have to breathe. You have to let her breathe as a heel before you ever call her up.
Yeah, so they can have that next upcoming face in the women's division on NXT.
Well, I will say this though,
who's the next face when it comes to the women on NXT? Who's the next top face?
Most likely is going to be Julia.
Well, Julia ain't debuting until the summer, so
yeah, Heat Wave. But she's gonna get a title shot opening night.
Makes sense. I could definitely see her fighting Roxanne. I definitely see that happening.
Oh,
yeah.
No, but like I said, they with Rhea Ripley.
They didn't get the million. My bad, TKO. They didn't get the million. They only got like not like a little over 900,000. That's what I heard.
It was 818, I believe.
Oh, well, damn. I thought it was. I heard it was a little over 900,000.
What up, Toph? What up, TKO?
Yeah.
Vegeta, what's the scouters say about his power level? It's over 9,000. What? 9,000? It's over 9,000.
I seen they had a amusement park with the Kame House.
Really?
It was some shit like it was like a Dragon Ball Z amusement park, some shit like that in Japan.
That shit is in Japan, dude.
The most amazing.
There you go.
Oh, go ahead, Toph.
I was just gonna say, yeah, man, anime's mainstream now. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks now, but I was just blown away. When Toriyama-sama, when he passed away, like Dragon Ball anime is like it's pop culture. You know what I'm saying? Just so many people from just different outlets of life were just giving shout outs to Dragon Ball. It was kind of cool. Like I like it.
Right.
The most amazing Dragon Ball Z moment was when Kid Buu went to heaven.
Give everybody the fade. Yeah, that's
like, I remember like you may remember this shit, TKO. Only way I used to watch Dragon Ball Z was when they had the fucking Chinese motherfuckers in the street on the corner selling the bootleg DVDs. Not the DVDs, before it was a VHS. They had the bootleg VHS tapes.
Oh
man, Dragon Ball Z.
They used to have like 3 episodes in one tape.
You're right. It'd be like 3 episodes on one tape.
I look at like those barbershop movies.
That's how I used to watch the Broly movies.
Right. When I look at those barbershop movies that Ice Cube did, the shit that always makes me laugh is that one dude. I forgot the dude's name. The one who was coming in, who was like selling shit. Like those days are long gone. Those days are long. I miss those days.
Hell yeah.
Toph will remember this. I had to run home after school to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
That was around the time with Toonami and all that.
Yeah, and like
I
Anyway,
used to love Toonami.
that's enough positivity though. You know, I got to be the asshole. Can we like fucking roast Rhonda now? Fuck that hoe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, her days of being like this pretty much ball game over.
And it's like she didn't say anything positive about WWE. I'm like we will complain about WWE, but we will have like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, I like how they did this, I like how they did that. She didn't say anything positive as far as I know.
The one positive thing she said was that if Triple H was if Triple H was around when she was there, she would have stayed.
Oh, please. She would have figured out a reason.
Well, you know, I applaud her for calling Bruce Pritchard a fucking stooge because that's what he is. So, you know, big ups on her for, you know.
That's
like,
the only positive thing she said.
Right. Other than that, though, I don't really have anything else to say. You know,
that and the Triple H thing
we hear
was the only two positive
here at
things.
the round table. We here at the round table. We was on that shit before anybody else was. Before Meltzer, Sean Ross Sapp, Absorber, Solid Monster. You know, we always give Sandman grief over it. Royal Rumble 2022. Shit was so fucking boring. Sandman fell asleep, but you were awake when Ronda Rousey came out, and that bitch looked like she wanted to be anywhere else but there. And I was watching that shit. He who will not be named, he's not with us anymore. You know, the Charlotte guy, whatever the fuck his name was, Snuggles, yeah, him. You know, like she didn't care. Like she looked mad. Like she was mad. There are reports of Vince McMahon telling her to smile more, which I was like, really? Like this is news, but it really was right. It was a real thing, you know. And so her book, she's going off on WWE, and you know, just what a shitty company they are.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you right there. Real quick. Because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at it weird too. I'm like, what the fuck? Smile more. You know, at first I'm like, what the fuck is Vince talking about? We smile more. But then I thought about it, like we was just saying. It was like she didn't want to be there. She didn't have no type of energy, no nothing. Like, and I always thought she was overrated from Jump Street. Everybody just loved her at first. I'm like given the fact, okay, that tag team match that she had, that mixed tag match she had at that Mania, everybody was praising that shit like when Cinnamon Toast Crunch just came out of some shit. I'm like this. She was okay. Y'all acting like this bitch was killing it. She was sloppy as a bitch.
She was just good for the spots. The stars in the match were Triple H and Kurt Angle.
Or everybody was polishing her fucking. I'm like, yo, really? Like it wasn't all that.
The other thing too is that particular Mania wasn't really that good. It wasn't a bad Mania, but if you go back and watch it from beginning to end, it was really a nothing card. So it made the match look that much better because people were saying like that was the match of the night. All right, go back and analyze that card. I remember that.
Wait,
night.
which match was it? 34?
No, it was 34. That was.
Wait, which Mania was that? 34?
Hold on.
That was 34.
Yeah, Dynasty. That's when when she wore that that
was the Mania. That was the Mania where Asuka.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to read what Dynasty said because I think it's talking about when she won the Rumble. Yeah, that's when she was wearing that. It was like a one piece or whatever. Yeah. It was like basically she just came from the gym. Like the gym was across the street. And she just came in the building. It was like Vince was like, "You're gonna win the Royal Rumble now," and that was it. Right. I'm like, "What the fuck was this?"
It was like some shit you would wear in gym class, 5th period. That's what it looked like, you know.
Oh God, man!
But that Mania wasn't a bad Mania. It wasn't a bad Mania. It was just a whatever Mania. That was the Mania where Asuka lost to Charlotte.
That was a bad Mania. Look at that, and that card had so much potential. Too, and that shit just did not hit.
Asuka was never the same after that shit.
Right.
Asuka was never the same.
Asuka lost to Charlotte. Nakamura and AJ had the match that didn't live up to expectations.
That was horrible. That match was horrible.
Rock and Roman.
The kick dicking contest. That was that feud.
I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That AJ Shinsuke match, I felt that shit was sabotaged purposely for Rock and Roman.
That was shin to balls.
It
Right,
did
ballet
so.
polishing her shit lately. She probably do got a damn shit lately. That's the type
Nah,
of
the shit was
vibe Ronda
terrible, but
Rousey give off.
I felt that they purposely sabotaged that match because fans were more interested in AJ versus Shin than Lesnar and Roman.
Well, either
That's
way,
just
both
my opinion.
matches were good. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
Hey, who heard the
I'm
rumors?
still not gonna get over the 6 F5s, man.
Who heard the
That shit still
rumors
bothers
that
me.
Vince
Right.
Vince is gonna start his new that Vince is gonna start a new Fed?
Yeah, I heard that rumor too.
Oh,
I heard that rumor too.
He's
Like,
too
what?
old.
So like, what in the
These
ultimate
men-
fuck is he thinking?
Man, these old white dudes just need to fucking sit down. Just sit
Hey,
down.
shut the fuck
man.
up.
For
Yeah,
real.
yo, on some real shit, like, but it's like what you said too. I was saying the same thing you were saying, but you said like, he's a type that's all he has. Like, if he doesn't do that, then
He's
he
gonna
might
die.
just, exactly. You might, and it's sad, but it's like, oh well, you put yourself in this fucking predicament. You've been a creep for like 50 years.
Right.
Here's what's gonna happen if Vince runs his own Fed. I guarantee you this is gonna happen. He's gonna hire Russo.
Oh God.
Oh god.
Hey, bro,
I guarantee you.
I
gotta
don't
hire
want to go
Russo.
on the road, bro. Just let me be a consultant, bro. That's all I want to do, bro.
Like that's how Russo's gonna come back to wrestling. Is through Vince.
Yeah,
Think I'm
they
playing.
both desperate. I don't think Russo will come back though.
I think he will.
Nah,
If Vince
I
asks him,
think
I think he
Russo is over it because I think Russo may have been somewhat blackballed, but I think somebody would have took the gamble by now on bringing Russo in with their writing team or their creative.
Triple H hates him. Tony Khan. Tony Khan's on a dick sucking face. So yeah. Vince is the
I
only-
would say Cornette is blackballed. I don't think Russo is. I think people just avoid Russo, but yeah.
I guarantee you Vince is gonna hire him.
Yeah, because the networks they consider this dude Vince Russo untrustworthy, given that whole Impact
right.
shit from before.
Yeah, the way he did the TNA
that's
sending.
true. That's true.
Send-
I didn't think about that.
sending the script.
I'll always say this about
motherfucker
Russo.
snitched on himself.
Right. I'll always say this about Russo, for better or worse. It may not have been good, but he always made sure everybody was doing something on the card. Everybody had a
True.
storyline. I'll
True.
give him that.
Russo
He
definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm standing
Of
on that
course.
shit.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Yes.
Give me 2 reasons.
I'll give this much. I think, and I'll probably, dude. In some
I'll give you
areas,
more than 2 reasons.
Just give me 2.
Dude, in some places, I probably would be crucified for saying this. I think modern day WWE could actually use them, specifically the women's division. No, specifically the women's division, bro. Did you see Raw last night, man? Man, they're not over. Dude. They're not. No. I'm talking about the undercard girls, man. They're not over.
Okay.
Crowd does not give a fuck about them.
Now,
yeah, they don't care. But they've been doing the same tag match for like fucking. What was it? Candice LeRae.
Yeah, when it comes to
Andy
Candice
Hartwell.
LeRae, that Andy Hartwell, she's just not a wrestler. They need to wrap it up with her. She's like the second coming of the league.
The fans don't care. Like, they don't care about them. Russo would find them something. It would be fucking stupid, but he would find them a story.
He would have him on some Love and Hip Hop / Jerry Springer type shit.
Bro, we got fucking Maxine Dupree on our television.
Yeah. Like, why is she still there? Like, you already see Alpha Academy or Omega Academy, whatever the fuck their name is. It's about to be a wrap for them, given the fact that Chad Gable just turned
that ending.
Gable.
I like that ending.
That's the shit I'm talking about because Deonna Purrazzo, she said on Jericho's podcast that they cut her because, in their own words, they felt like she wasn't TV ready. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. But then explain why all these other girls, and I'm not trying to throw shade, but there's several other girls like on TV then and now who are nowhere near as good as she is. And they're on TV every week.
Yo, Toph, can you admit that was under a different writer or a different writer?
I mean, it was a different writer, but like the shit's still happening though.
True.
You know?
Like I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that can you call apples to apples?
Oh
Oranges?
yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I love green apples.
Speaking
that was random.
speaking of
That's random.
speaking of no longer on television, Ronda Rousey's rant has gotten Drew Gulak fired. He's gone.
Yeah.
Fucking
That's
stupid.
fucked up.
You
Yeah.
I
know
like
what it is? You know what? You know what fucked him up? Because he did admit to it, but he said it was an accident, and he apologized at the time. They addressed it at the time, like she threatened him and all that shit, and it was like whatever. For her to bring that shit back up, like make that shit, you know what I mean? Like for the whole world to know, that was some sucker shit. Because it's like, come
Wasn't
on
that
now.
shit from like? Wasn't that shit
It
from
was
like
years
2022?
ago.
Right. That's so weird.
It was addressed
So
right
weird.
then and there when he said himself. He's like, "Yo, yeah, it happened, but it was an accident, and I apologize to her right then and there."
Know what Ronda did? Know what Ronda did to Drew Gulak? Remember that movie where like Samuel L. Jackson said, so like it's like, yeah, I hope they die, and I hope you burn in hell.
Like,
Yeah.
yo,
That's what she did.
that shit was just weak. It's
But-
like, come on, like this dude got a family to feed, and you doing that. And there was a chat that was talking about that article, and they were saying like maybe he could sue for like defamation.
I don't think he can. If it's true, then I don't
Yeah,
think
he did admit to it.
Well, he already
so, yeah.
admitted to it, so I don't think he can.
Or they were saying what was the other one? Like basically like wrongful termination.
Mhm. And it probably was an accident too. I believe him.
But
Yeah, there probably was.
but
Probably
you
was.
know, him admitted to it. That's what fucked him up. He admitted to
Right.
it, so he can't do
A
nothing.
long time ago. Man, I'll make this brief. I think I must have been about maybe 2 years removed from high school. It was like one of my first jobs at a Barnes and Nobles.
Was he
And
was
the long
20?
story, and the long story short of it was there was this chick there. She worked at. We had like how like some places will have like another establishment inside of an establishment. We had like a Starbucks inside of it.
Right,
And
right.
the long story short of it was that we were doing like some renovating. They were renovating the Barnes and Nobles, and this chick who was like a barista, she was trying to get by, and I'm trying to describe it right, but basically it was like we was in a hallway, and there was like you could go through the center, you could go through the side. So like when you see someone walking your way, and you kind of move out their way so you don't bump into them. That's what I did. I got out of her way so she could go to the side, but for whatever reason, she decided to go through us. It was me and this other dude. So she went in the middle of us. So imagine a corridor and a library, right? And you're moving. So she's going between two dudes. And so
Right.
she tried to like angle her body in between us. And I was like, okay, like, because I
Yeah,
moved
like
out the way.
what the
That's
fuck
sexual
she got
harassment.
going on? Yeah.
Long
Right,
story
so-
short, she called it sexual harassment.
Yeah, she rubbed against me by accident. She rubbed
Oh,
against
my
me,
God.
and she rubbed against me, and I moved out the way to get out of her way. But she specifically like went in the center, and I was like, all right. So then she rubbed against me, and like it was basically like a fucking Lil Jon music
What was
video or
she?
some shit.
What was her? What was
that-
what was her ethnicity? You know her ethnicity?
She was
White.
Hispanic.
Okay, yeah.
She's
You know I
okay.
had to ask. You know I had to. I'm being
Yeah. So I was like, all right, that was awkward. Then the very next day I come to work and she was talking about how she had been groped the previous day. And I was like, bitch, that's your fault. But we had the whole thing on camera though. That's what saved me because we had cameras there.
And
So,
did she
that's
get
how-
fired?
Yes,
Nope.
she did. She
Oh,
did.
she
get
Good,
fired.
good. Round of applause.
So,
Yeah.
but I had moved out the way because I
Like
didn't
fuck
want to.
that shit because like what if you know what I mean? What if you'd have did that shit or whatever? They would have fired you, you'd have did jail time, and they probably would have sued you too.
Right.
But if a female, like in most cases, if a female was lying about that shit, they'll just sweep it under the rug. Like, oh, she was lying. Oh well, get back
That's
to
why.
work.
That's why I stand with Gulag because, like, y'all seen the videos on YouTube. Like, when you go to the gorilla, it's like really claustrophobic and tight. There's not much breathing room there.
Well, except for in
So-
AEW. AEW is AEW's gorillas fucking big as all outdoors.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
She rubbed on Toph Ballet.
So I could see like Gulak seeing her backstage and like accidentally touching something because there's barely like any space back there or some shit. But whatever. Ronda's a fucking Karen. Why did you even come back anyway if you hated WWE that much? Like that's what I don't get. She must have run out of money or some shit.
Yeah, because of the money. That's basically the only reason.
But it's like, what the hell? If that's the case, what is she spending her money on? Like, she doesn't come off as a flashy type of individual.
Can I answer that question?
Of course.
Also, doesn't she have a kid?
Yeah,
she does now. Yeah. And I'm not even.
Thanks for the likes.
Guy.
Thanks for the likes. Let's go.
I'm not even a Logan Paul guy, but I'll defend him. She was throwing shade at Logan Paul.
Yeah.
She was on Steve-O's podcast. Big up Steve-O. I do love Steve-O because they're good friends and shit. But she was saying that they were giving Logan special treatment. So to those who don't know, I did a voice clip earlier. Ronda is on like that Randy Savage shit. Randy basically treated wrestling like theater. Like Randy used to rehearse everything. That's why his promos and his matches were so good, and that's okay.
I would have never known. I really would have never known because
right.
When it came to him, when it comes to his whole, go ahead.
His matches are basically scripted move for move.
But that's crazy. It doesn't seem like it though, because his own matches may seem like polished, but it still look like it's on the fly type shit with his promos, all that.
That's
shit.
how good he was.
That's exactly
right. And that's okay. Like there's some people like to just call it because Austin was a caller. Like he never rehearsed anything. Randy Randy he rehearsed everything. So as I understand it, according to Ronda's book and her first run, everything was rehearsed. Every match, every segment, everything was rehearsed. And I guess that's why. But when you realize it was rehearsed, now you look at it differently because it's like, oh, so really she wasn't that good. It was everyone rehearsed around her to make her look better than she actually was. Then when she came back the second time, Vince basically told her he put the kibosh on that, and he was like, nope, no more rehearsal. You got to go out there and just call it like everybody else. And that's why her second run was just so bad because she can't improv. She has to rehearse.
I don't think the first one was really all that either. I never got the appeal.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't disagree with you.
The first one wasn't really all that good either. It was just her being fed. It was just her being fed the roster.
She was something different, because they didn't really have no MMA female MMA fighters in there. That's a big star. I get that point. You know what I mean? It's a business. You got to sell, but they was acting like she was like, come on now. They was doing the most when it came to her.
That's why I'll, even though I don't care for him, I'll defend Logan because Logan can at least hold his own in the ring.
No,
he's
Logan
a naturally
Paul,
gifted
athlete. Logan Paul is entertaining. He may be a piece of shit. Hey, you can say whatever. He may be a piece of shit in real life, but the dude is entertaining. It just is what it is.
Well, he goes to the PC and puts in work. I've never heard
he's a good athlete. He's a good
ever doing that.
I give him that.
Yeah, like what Toph just said, he does respect the business because he does train. You
can
tell he trains.
Like I said, he's a good athlete. He's an awesome athlete.
And it's a funny thing. He'll do a lot more training than the motherfuckers is actually a wrestler supposedly.
It's just that the problem with him is that he is such a fantastic asshole.
And that's why he came off as a heel, that that bratty heel, that rich billionaire heel. It works.
I've never heard a single story or seen a single picture of her ever going to the PC ever. I'm not saying she did it. She could have. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never seen it.
She did it.
Dynasty has said something interesting. He said, I guess he's talking about Ronda. About did she resign on her second run, or she still was under contract to WWE?
I think she was still on her first deal.
Oh, okay. She was still on the first. Okay. So yeah, there you go. That's why she came back. She still had to obligate her contract. So there you go.
Yeah, but like the funniest story, because like you guys said, they fed the roster to her. The funniest story of like feeding the roster to somebody. Remember when it was in TNA, right? and Aces and Eights were just beating the shit out of everybody. Hulk Hogan comes out, and they literally ran to this fucker. And he would just punch him with like the lightest punches you ever seen in your life, and they fucking flew 15 feet.
Yeah, that shit was funny
That's
as
the power,
hell.
Hulkamania, brother.
I'll never forget that shit. Catching all the aces and eights. How you catch the whole stable with one move and they all bumming out simultaneously?
Like
I always said this about Aces and Eights. Aces and Eights only had two issues. One, it took too long to get to the point. Two, the only person that benefited was Bully. Nobody else benefited, just Bully. When you have a faction, you gotta get other people over. Nobody else got over, just Bully.
And four, Wes Briscoe was a fucking piece of trash.
Oh God, fucking Briscoe and fucking Bischoff.
They were whack, bro.
You want to talk about nepotism? There you go, right there.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant nepotism is a brilliant thing to those fuckers.
Man,
Yeah.
bombs
Fire too.
right down the seat. They were bombs.
See, and that's why, man, it's been so many years. I think I'm over this shit, but every time this shit gets brought up, like the memories come back. That's why Bischoff, like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, he can talk shit about whatever he wants. Like, dude, you fucking pushed Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff over the Pope, Jay Lethal, Douglas Williams, Alex Shelley, Chris. Like, shut the fuck up.
Whoa. I like Douglas. I like Douglas. That was my guy.
You gotta blame.
We all like Doug Williams, but the point he's saying is Bischoff pushed Wes Briscoe and Garrett over these guys. In fact, he fired
that
those
Paul.
guys.
Okay, my bad.
Right.
In fact, he actually fired those guys.
Yes, he did. He fired Jay Lethal 6 months after the Ric Flair feud.
I remember that show. Like, yo, my dude, he's like the hottest dude on your fucking roster right now. And then shout out to Marky D. You fired this dude Jay Lethal so you could put yourself on TV more. You remember this dude? A lot of time Bischoff was on TV more than the fucking talent.
Like, quick question. Everybody can answer if they want to. What do you guys think about the Pope being in NXT and being a broadcaster in NXT?
I think it sucked that, like, when he was in TNA at that time, that's when it was time to pull that trigger. This dude was super duper over, and they had this dude beefing with Devon Dudley.
He was supposed to be the world champion, but they didn't pull the trigger on that.
He came too soon. If he was around today, like if Pope was like brand new today and he was like on NXT, he'd be killing it. You know, it was at a time, unfortunately, at that point in time, and I'm not defending Hogan or Bischoff at all, but at that point, black wrestlers were not getting pushed even in TNA. You know, but after a couple of years when Lashley came back and, you know, he was with MVP and Kenny King, and they were doing the whole Beatdown Clan thing. And then Jay Lethal started getting his push, Ring of Honor, and, you know, Ricochet was cooking a little bit, Lucha Underground. But like the mid-2010s, late 2010s, that's when you finally start to see like black wrestlers start to get a little bit more respect.
Know what a face tag team would actually work? Trick and Pope would work.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd say I could definitely see that, especially now. But damn, bro.
Even when he was in the fucking he was in the NWA like right before COVID, and he was like the TV champ, and he was still over.
Yeah.
And then fucking Billy Corgan said, "Nah, I'm gonna go with Tyrus." Like, dude, you think TK's on fucking coke? You think TK's on coke? Billy's on crack.
Man, Billy Corgan does way more drugs than TK. At least,
right?
At least TK knows how to put. At least TK will strike while the iron's hot. Billy Corgan,
don't do that. No, we're not gonna do that. No,
I'm talking about compared to Billy Corgan. Dude.
No, but you can't defend Tony Khan tonight. No. Tonight's not the night.
and we gotta keep the streak going until this motherfucker goes to jail. I got to make at least one reference every week. Ricky Starks, when he was in NWA, right? Well, in AEW, Ricky goes by Absolute Ricky, which is a better name. But he was in NWA.
True, yeah.
They called him Stroke Daddy Ricky Starks.
What? Who?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right. Stroke Daddy. No Diddy.
What? Whoa!
The fuck?
Yeah.
What is going on? What type of time is this dude Billy coking on?
Oh my God. These. Oh.
And yes, to all the listeners out there, there's going to be a No Diddy reference every week until that motherfucker is in jail.
No Diddy reference.
So wait, hold on. So you got me thinking like at that pay-per-view sewing, was that dude Father Mitchell or Minister Sinister? Was he really sniffing actual cocaine?
Yes.
Yes, he was, dude.
That's what got them
Why do you
fucking.
think
That's what. Right.
That
is
segment, bro.
even ECW wouldn't have done no shit like that at that time. Why would you want to do that?
No. We're not gonna fast forward past that.
Yeah, you didn't know about that pay-per-view sewing?
Yeah, to anyone that doesn't know, earlier in the year, NWA had a pay-per-view. Long story short, there is a
fucking coke segment.
Right. Father Mitchell was at a table and he was legitimately doing coke, and there was like 2 strippers with him.
He should have pulled a Tony Montana on pay-per-view.
Right, and then Tim Storm, God bless Tim Storm, such a nice guy. He looked so fucking embarrassed. I felt so sorry for him. I was on Twitter when I saw it. When I first saw it, I thought it was a post from like The Onion or like some parody satire site, but it was real. And then when that went viral, the CW saw that and they were like, "Nah, bro."
Yeah, they fell back.
Right, and that's why now NXT is going to be on CW. And as far as I understand,
NWA is on a streaming service.
And they're on a streaming, and it's not the same. It's not the same. You know,
that was not the same amount of traffic.
Right, that was going to be a big deal for them because they were going to have more of, and I mean this with respect to TNA. If they had been on CW, that would have put more eyes on NWA than TNA. You know, and they fucked that up.
Scrippers and Cokie. There you go, ballet. Scrippers and Cokie.
A good spot for NWA, and this was like before it went on Peacock. If you put NWA on the network, that would work. Like the actual network, not the Peacock network.
My thing is like, why did these dudes come out with the network in the first place if they're not going to use it when it comes to their up-to-date content? I get it. Netflix is showing up. Hold on, give me 1 second. I understand that, you know what I mean, Netflix, they're gonna shell out more bread. You know what I mean, granted. But it's like, okay, why did y'all come up with the network in the first place? You know what I mean? I know you're gonna show your old school content, and I'll definitely enjoy. I watch that shit like once, maybe twice a week when it comes to the network. But it's like, this is why y'all came out with the network, so y'all could bring all y'all content there. Like, y'all don't need no other streaming services. This is y'all home.
No, but what I'm hearing right now, and again, this has to be confirmed, but what I'm hearing is that Rossi's new promotion is going to be exclusively on the network.
What's that? What's that?
Yeah, he's making a new promotion. Right.
Julia's homeboy.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
we talked about this. We talked about this last year, and it's an example of Vince being out of touch. He did a streaming service because, you know, streaming is the future. But when you look at Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, or really any streaming service, what they all have in common is that they always have
new content.
Original content. And at the time when it was just the WWE Network before Peacock, they were not giving enough original content. Every now and then you get like some cool shit, like, you know, the little
The documentaries are good. They can
right.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but the vast majority of the user base were not really watching the original content. Most people that had the network, they were just watching the pay-per-views for
Camp WWE was so badass though.
Well, when did they have any live shows on there though? Like, I don't remember them. Only thing I really remember was WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
What are the live shows? They didn't really have no live shows. Like, they never had like a Raw or SmackDown playing live on the network. They never did that.
They had like Raw Talk and Talking Smack. That was it.
Yeah, like nobody ain't jacking that shit. Nobody trying to watch that Raw Talk unless your girl's giving you some Raw Talk and gawk.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Ain't nobody here for that goofy shit.
Yes,
some bad news for Sandman real quick. The Chiefs wide receiver Rashid Rice, he's about to get sued for $2 million now. Here's the problem about this. He's only making $1 million this year, which means this year he's going to be playing for free.
Yo, you always make me choke on the smokes.
Right.
Oh shit! He'll be
Easy,
all right.
dude.
He'll be all right.
And the Kings are up on the Warriors 36-22 early in the second.
Yeah, is the Knicks going to the playoffs?
Yeah, as a 2 seed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who they play will be tomorrow night. Who exactly they will play. But the Lakers won today, 110-106. Good game. Zion Williamson scored 40 points in a losing effort.
Jeez Louise.
He's hungry.
Exclusive, yeah, he is. Batman's hungry, yeah, Batman.
And we mentioned it last week. Shout outs to the girls and from the college game and the viewers and the draft. Let's just hope it translates to the WNBA for once.
That draft was fun. That draft was fun. I would admit that. That draft was fun because actually people showed up. People showed up. The fucking place was sold out.
I'm for it. I want the WNBA to be successful, but people got to show up. So like
we've never been on that type of time. We did an episode about that a long time ago and shit. When we was talking about I forgot a shorty name that was saying that she should get paid just as much as LeBron. And we was clowning her about that. Like this shorty sound goofy as a bitch.
Like, God, that's a joke.
Like, it was all in humor and jokes, but we was being realistic. You know what I mean? Like, why? You know what I mean? Why talk at this dude? Like, why you worrying about what he making? Like, you know what I mean? Hone your own craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all supposed to be here for the women. Like, why you comparing yourself to a man and you supposed to be? Furthermore, y'all not packing out stadiums like a damn LeBron.
Right. I got my old school. I got my old school Webster's dictionary. I kept it in my room, and I'm reading the definition of a feminist. The technical definition of a feminist is an advocate on women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes, a person who supports feminism. So just based off that, I would be a feminist. I support.
Definition number 2: gets no pussy.
Right. So I support them and I want them to get all the opportunities. But at the end of the day, like, all right, people got to show up, So it's just like I think that WWE should. I know with Mickie James when she got fired, she was really pushing hard for them to do an Evolution 2 or Evolution 2. I'm for it.
You gotta do shit to earn it, bro. Like you can't just get it. You can't just get it just because you're women, bro. You gotta make people give a shit.
Right. And then the main event was fucking Ronda Rousey against fucking Nikki Bella. And Ronda Rousey was struggling. Ronda Rousey was struggling against fucking Nikki Bella. That made her look stupid.
I think that they can do an Evolution 2, but if they did, Triple H, Nick Khan, or whatever, they'd have to pull a TK and basically work with other promotions. I don't think it's possible with WWE alone. Maybe WWE.
Yeah.
TNA.
They got to bring TNA. They got to bring in
TNA involved. Shit.
Right.
Tony Khan said he want to work with them.
That's what I'm saying.
But
you
know what? And this is why I fucks with Tony Khan. This is one of the reasons why I fuck with Tony Khan because he basically said, "Nah, hear me out." Like basically, he went on the lines like, "Yeah, I'll work with y'all, but you're not gonna have my talent looking like bums."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm here for that.
Right. I think an Evolution card is possible, but yeah, they'd have to do some one night only arrangements with like other companies because the roster now, like, no, not possible.
I'll tell you this much right now. And the date to watch out for it is going to be May 13th, I believe. And that's going to be
I thought you were about to say May 19th. I was about to
I was thinking the same thing. Jacob Goodnight.
May May 13th, that's going to be the number one pick, Caitlin Clark's debut. That's going to be a sellout.
Who's that?
All right.
The number one pick of the WNBA draft.
Okay,
Right,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
That day,
Yeah.
that night is going to be a sellout. But what happens after that is key as far as how far has the game developed and how far has the game moved forward.
Or they got to market. They got to market themselves too.
Because you can't go 18,000.
Dynasty was agreeing with you, Toph.
You can't go 18,000 one night and then all of a sudden go 300 the next.
Right.
Yeah.
So, y'all see the title of the show? Solo Sikoa is a hypocrite. B like
Yeah. What
he should have been catching himself with the Samoan spike also.
That'd be a funny visual.
You're not jacking solo tonight, saying man.
Look, I love the segment. I love
Jimmy with something special.
Nah, the segment was great, but it was like, yo, my dude, how you gonna sit there and say, oh, the island of relevancy is all about accountability, and you on a 30-match losing streak, sir? What are we doing here? Like, I understand Jimmy's a bum. I get it. Jimmy is a bum, but it's like, Jimmy, I know damn well Jimmy didn't lose no damn 30 straight matches.
By the way,
he ain't lose 30 matches, but he ain't won none since he got back with the bloodline.
But what's worse though? What's worse?
Wait.
He lost
a couple of years ago, when the Elite were doing the whole Civil War stuff in the Bullet Club, Kenny and Cody had a ladder match. Kenny won, and then in the aftermath, Tama, Tongalonga, and Haku came out there, and all three of them just beat the shit out of all the members.
I remember that.
It was like 3-on-8, and they just fucking killed them. It was like the most hilarious thing. And I remember people were complaining because it was like, wait a minute, how can 3 dudes beat down 8 people? And then everybody was like, well, you realize one of those 3 is Haku, right? It was like, oh yeah, okay. So that should have been it. In a perfect world, it would have been Tonga, Haku just beating the fuck out of Jimmy, Heyman, and Solo. That's what should have happened.
I never seen Tonga. Go ahead, Black Star. Go ahead.
No, but I gotta give Toph his flowers because he caught it right on the money that Jimmy was gonna get a horseman beat down.
Yeah. It was coming. Of course, it was coming. After that shitty match, he couldn't stay in the bloodline. No way.
Nah, man, he should never have been back with the bloodline from the jump. But that match with Jay, forget it.
Hey, you got this dude. You got this goofball. Just Alex, whatever his name is, this Alex guy.
Oh, that dumb.
Oh yeah. He was like, oh, like basically he liked the match. I'm like,
what?
Well, I guess, but it's like, come on, my dude.
What crack is he?
Because it's like I get it. You sometimes you gotta go against the grain to, get attraction. I get it, but it's like, come on, man. Like a lot of these motherfuckers just be sounding goofy and just be sacrificing their integrity for numbers.
No, seriously, what crack is he smoking?
Right. I gotta be honest too, man, because I already know where it's going, because clearly it's gonna lead to a reunion with Jay. But I gotta be honest, man. I feel like a reunion with Jay is kind of beneath him at this point. He doesn't need you.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying. Like, oh, they need to come back together. I'm like, why?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why y'all want to why y'all want to de-push Jay? Like, Jay is doing his thing right now.
They keep talking about a reunion between the Usos and Roman versus Tonga, Solo, and Jacob.
Yeah,
I'm fine for that. I'm fine, like as a one-off, but like as a permanent team, no. I'm totally.
No, like I said,
yeah, like War Games. Yeah, I agree. Like for War Games,
like I said,
but is The Rock really going to be at War Games? Let's really be real now. You think The Rock is going to be?
I think The Rock's going to be at War Games. The end game is Rock versus Roman. You think they're going to fuck that up?
No, like I said on last Monday night, that Jay is Shawn Michaels and Jimmy's Brandon Walker. I'm never gonna get off that.
Right.
Or last Tuesday. Scratch that. Last Tuesday.
Dynasty said Jimmy will be redeemed.
So,
I'm not gonna lie, like him as a character, he is funny. I'll give him that. He's a funny dude. Like I
What?
be seeing him on the like Instagram and shit. He be doing funny. She be saying funny shit. As a matter of fact, it was just one video I seen when he was fighting this dude of course main event Jay, and he was about to catch this dude with a move, and he was screaming to his daughter at WrestleMania. He was screaming at his daughter like, "Put your phone away. Watch your daddy work."
Right. Yeah.
Like he has a character, but when it comes to his in-ring work, we ain't here for it.
Yeah, he's just not there. Right.
Can I make an announcement real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Our truth needs to be protected at all fucking costs.
Does he though?
Because what he
I'm
did
sorry,
last night,
bro. I don't give two shits about this R-Truth shit. It's fucking
What he
corny. It's
said-
not funny.
when he said, we said, oh shit, he just pulled title belts out of thin oxygen.
Yeah, that was.
That was
It's
funny.
like you know what
Well,
it
we got
is.
news.
That's
This is
that. It
some
wasn't
cool
it.
shit.
You know what it is because
Shit.
now they starting to realize how over he is with that silly shit, and they trying to oversaturate it now. It's like it's funny when it's random. Don't force it. You know what I'm saying?
See, to me, it's just coon shit. This is like Kevin Hart stuff. Like it's like the act. It's dumb.
I don't care. You like Norman Smiley. You can't get more coonier than that.
Because Norman Smiley was funny. He was. People were. He was.
How is he
actually
funny?
over
He
it.
over here trying to hump dudes. He's like, come here, let me catch you with the wiggle.
And
What
he
was
could
it, the
actually
wiggle?
wrestle.
Norman Smiley.
He's trying to wiggle on grown ass men. What we
Also,
talking about
Norman
over here?
Smiley was not meant to be serious. R-Truth is supposed to be serious, so I can't take it
Well,
seriously.
he used to be. Used to be.
Is he though?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I liked it.
Been,
I liked it when he did the
R-Truth
little
been
Jimmy shit
serious.
back in 2011. It actually led to something. He turned heel. It was a character change. It actually made the show more interesting.
No,
This shit
the
right
truth.
here is stupid.
Ballet's agreeing with you, Tove. You know, Ballet's always gonna agree with you, Tove. You know, Ballet love us some Tove.
Now,
Bro,
Run the Truth killings was serious. R-Truth,
Yeah.
there's nothing serious about him.
Truth ain't been serious since TNA, bro. Like, no.
Right.
Yes, it's Run the Truth killings. That was when he was serious.
Right. That dude was a world
I
champion.
don't mind I don't mind comedy and wrestling. It just has to go somewhere. If it's just comedy for the sake of it, like you're just cooning. That's what it is.
A black
Just-
man and killings? Oh my god.
Man, oh man.
So Tove, tell us about the NJPW shit. Like what was going on with that?
Yeah,
Other
man.
than
Jack
the-
Perry showed up, and he had a Cry Me a River jacket. If TK or Ghetto, whoever has the money, they should fucking buy the rights to Justin Timberlake. That fucking fuck boy. It'll be even more over. Cry
If
Me
there
a
was a
River.
buy that, motherfucking that track,
I would give
Jungle Bum
Tony
would
Khan
be
a round of
Justin Timberlake's
applause if he
companion
does
boy.
that. I'm
Right.
gonna give Tony Khan a round of applause if he does that.
The Chicago fans responded to him pretty well, and I got to be honest, he's actually gotten a lot better in the ring. I mean, he was always decent in the ring. He just didn't really have a character, but he took it pretty well. He responded to it pretty
He
well.
still
It was
don't got
good
a
match.
character. Let's really be real. What is his character?
He's got
That's
something
actually-
to sink
I'm
his
not
teeth
gonna
into.
hold
Is what
you.
I'm really trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. His new merch is actually pretty dope, honestly.
Nah, it's
Right.
selling.
Quick
Right.
question.
He was-
and
he
this,
was-
and so can we say that what this dude exposing that footage, TK exposing that footage, is it a W? Because he got
No.
the
Still
rating.
Jack
That
Perry.
dude-
For Jack Perry. I
Well,
would
Jack,
say
yeah,
so.
definitely for Jack Perry.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got the rating spike. You know what I
Man,
mean? He
listen.
wrapped it around the whole with their match with well
But
FTR.
I liked what I saw. But I liked what I saw. He's improved a lot, and I would very much like to see what this version could do on television. Outside of that, Matt Riddle had a match of Zack Sabre Jr. It was a good match, but when it was over, Riddle pulled an Aries and he just no sold the finish and walked off. So that doesn't
Which means he's
spell-
gone.
yeah, which is unfortunate for him because that was kind of like his last chance and shit. And then the main event was Mox against Naito. And I've been saying quietly
I was
for a while.
surprised when Mox won the title.
I've been saying quietly that I kind of figured Mox was going to win because low key, Mox is like one of the most protected wrestlers in the business. He rarely ever loses clean. Naito, for whatever reason, is allergic to long title reigns. He always has like cup of tea title reigns. Here's a cool fact, an actual cool Shield fact, right? So after WrestleMania, when Cody beat Roman, going into that Monday, it was the first time since
No Shield members held the title.
where no Shield member was champion. Yeah. But then Mox beat Naito. So
not too long after that.
That lasted 1 day.
Like a couple of hours later.
That lasted 1 day.
And so Mox is now he's the first new modern day Triple Crown because he's the first person to be WWE, AEW, and IWGP champion, which is pretty cool. So
know what I said when Mox won the title? I was like 2 hours later.
The problem right now is New Japan purists are upset because if you it's supposed to be New Japan Pro Wrestling, but if you look at the title holders right now, it's like, all right, the heavyweight champion's Mox, the global champion is Ziggler, the TV champion is Zack Sabre Jr. Hiromu lost to Ali, who's also a champion. So it's like, damn, we're the Japanese champ. Right now, New Japan's a Western company. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Them Japanese was like the white man come and take over our land again.
No. I remember when Vader won the NJPW title and how shocked everybody was when he first won.
Man, God rest Vader's soul, man. Like Vader wouldn't even exist nowadays in wrestling. People would be too scared. Vader in his prime nowadays, people will be scared of this dude, man.
No, the only person Vader was scared of was Ming. That's the only person everybody was scared of was Ming.
So Ballet asked if Riddle is coming back to WWE.
Fuck and
I'm not gonna lie. Like I always said, like, yo, I used to fuck with Matt Riddle heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude have all the potential charisma. He could go in the ring, but it's just like this dude is just always in his own way. He's a fucking goof, and it sucks.
Ballet. Let me answer your question with 2 words: fuck and no. That's your answer.
Yeah, I agree. Like, fuck Matt Riddle. Seriously, because like, come on, my Riddle. Like,
what happened to him? What the real reason why he got fired is the timing did not work out in his favor, because when he was doing that, what was that fucking shit where he was talking about he was groped at an airport or some bullshit?
Yeah,
that was the week. That was the
remember
week,
from before that, he always got all these sexual allegations that he got going on.
When that happened, that was like the week of the merger with Endeavor. And it was like, of all the weeks to start some bullshit, that was not the week. Because when that shit went viral, it didn't say Matt Riddle, blah, blah, blah. It said WWE
superstar Matt Riddle.
Right. Yeah. They were already going through all that shit with Vince. No. They already had enough heat.
And
and then I heard before then, didn't he slap this dude Gunther backstage?
And that was a huge mistake. But anyways, the second,
but Gunther didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing.
He didn't need to do anything. He just got you in the ring.
Right.
I'm like,
he might be. You never know, man. He might be like Joe. Remember all those years ago, the stories of Kevin Nash slapping Joe, and Joe just stood there. Some people call bullshit. Maybe he's a nice dude in real life. You never know. But
like Taz. I'll never. I ain't gonna lie. He ruined my childhood. Be like with that Taz shit.
I don't think Joe's will work. I don't think Joe's will work. Taz was definitely a work though.
No. The funniest story I heard. Right, like I was just like watching videos on King Haku, and he said to like some dude was talking racist to him. They said, like, say that shit again. And then he reached into the person's mouth and broke his 2 front teeth.
Ooh,
damn.
I was like, the fuck?
Oh, speaking of Taz, I heard that Hook's contract is up soon. So
yeah, he's heading to NXT.
NXT.
Yeah.
You should go to NXT.
That's fine. He needs to.
It's already official. or no, like it's about to be official.
Like him going to NXT, I'm telling you, that'll just have him as damn, now I gotta think of it. Like
No, the
you
only
gotta have
way
him as a face or a heel in
I
NXT.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Sandman. But the only way,
Hold on, Black Salt. Hold on, Black Salt. Let CKO go real quick. Go ahead, CKO.
I'm sorry.
Now you
No,
good.
I was just saying Hook is neither a face nor a heel now, to be honest with you. Just have him go in as a tweener if he does go to NXT.
No, like the only way a heel Hook would work is if Taz goes with him.
I don't see Taz back in WWE.
Ballet, my prediction is that Jacob Fatu will debut at what's the next show? Backlash?
Backlash.
Most likely he's going to beat the dog shit out of Jay. And
pull up Icon, like just hit the link, my guy. You can pull up.
There's a lot of rumors going around about where this bloodline story is going now.
I wish Hook the best, but he needs to understand that whatever he does, whether he stays in AEW or goes to WWE, whatever, like
no, I think he should go to NXT.
Talking. He's got to start talking, my guy.
No, I'm bugging. I'm bugging. Not NXT. Excuse me. He should go to Impact.
TNA?
Yeah.
The most improved so far. The most improved wrestler of this year has to go to Dominic. I saw him last night. I was like, who the fuck is this dude? What the fuck?
Icon said Hook should go to NXT.
Yeah,
he just needs to start talking. That maybe. How's it working with what's his name? Brian Pillman Jr. What's he up to?
I like Lexus King. I like him.
I haven't been watching.
He's okay. His heel character is okay. It's just that it needs to get out of the performance center in order for it to work.
There is this one guy that NXT has that I thought is pretty interesting. His name is Javon Evans. Dude,
I like that dude.
Is that the dude that fought Ilya Dragunov earlier?
Yeah, dude is like
what is that? He's like 20 years old, right?
No, he's 19. Dude is like a young he's like a young Chris Bay.
Yeah.
I
the
was like,
dude could jump very high, you know. Of course, they think that's what you think about all of us. We could all jump real high, but neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Obafemi is a fucking star.
Yeah, Obafemi. He should be the new motherfucking man 8 Killmonger type style. Like,
where the fuck is Apollo Crews? Is he still employed?
I think so.
My dude got the best job in the world. He get paid just to stay at home.
Now, if Obafemi pulls a Bret Hart and goes like, "I'm never defending this championship in America,"
yeah, like when they go there with it,
that would top it.
Oh man. And he about to fight Ivar next, so.
And they got Ivar on a different type of time on NXT. Isn't he wearing like plain clothes in NXT?
Yeah, they're fixing up his character, which yeah, that works.
He might just be on his own for the rest of his career. I don't know how long his partner is going to be out.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, Rowan.
This has happened before in the Ring of Honor, and no offense to
Rowan's basically fucked.
But like Hanson is, and I'm still gonna call him Hanson because that's just how I always know. He's
I like Ivar too. I like that name though. Ivar.
Right? Yeah, they're both cool. Yeah, but he's a way better. He's definitely got singles potential, but he's a low guy, and he's just gonna keep doing the singles thing until he comes back.
The one entrance song. The one entrance song I heard
accident before or something.
The one entrance song I heard, which completely changed my fucking mind, was AJ's new entrance. I was like, I kind of like it. I like it now.
I want to hear the whole. I want to hear the whole song when it drops.
Yeah,
it should be on YouTube now. It should be on YouTube.
Yeah.
But remember, when the group chat, I was telling you that it wasn't like that at WrestleMania. They mixed it up more and they added lyrics to it. At WrestleMania, that shit was bland as hell, and it had nothing to it.
Well, I still want to hear the whole version of the whole song because I
That's
was
another thing too. Like as much money as WWE's making, because as I understand that they're making more money now than they've ever made it, but it doesn't translate to their creative liberties. Like the music is generic, all the titles look the same, all the
There's a
shows look the same.
possibility. There's a
Well,
possibility
I,
that
I
they
would say this. I would say this. Speaking of that, I would say this: how Raw was last night. Pause. That shit was well produced.
I
I
Raw
ain't
like
gonna
was
Sami
lie.
Zayn's
very well
entrance.
produced.
Sami Zayn's entrance was I don't like that.
I love how they switching up Raw. You know what I'm saying? But I would say one thing, and it's a minor detail. Like they don't have to show everybody walking into the arena. That's unnecessary. You don't have to do
The
all that.
watch the UFC and watch how they film people.
I get that, but
Yeah,
you
It's
know what I
beautifully
UFC
done.
is a
mean.
copy of that.
Adapt,
That's
you know
probably
what I mean.
UFC
Adapt that
influence right
concept.
there.
Don't adapt that concept, but don't overdo it. Other
No,
than
no,
that, I love how Raw is being produced.
no. I
It
like
comes off very fresh.
the one thing I really liked last night was Sami Zayn's entrance when he looked up and he said that my first wrestling event was here, and now I'm back as the Intercontinental Champion. And then his music popped. I was all like, I like that.
I laughed
Right,
my
bad
ass
leg.
off
Just
when
use it here and there. Don't OD with it. Right.
I laughed my ass off when Jay pushed that drunk fan.
Oh
out
yeah,
the
that was
way.
funny. That was funny.
He's
Yeah,
like, dude,
Icon. Yo,
move
the
your
shit is
fucking ass
great.
out the way, man. I'm trying to leave.
The
Know
shit is
what?
great. And this is the thing, like, when it comes to these dudes, just give a fuck. That's it. Like, it really don't take a lot to give a fuck about something that you're passionate about. And y'all motherfuckers is getting paid. Y'all sending y'all kids through college and all that shit with this money.
Know
What the
what? Know what that Jay Uso shoving the fan reminded me of? Remember that episode of a Chappelle show where like someone was like leaning up on Dave Chappelle and Chappelle said, "Get off me, bitch."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
God.
saying. Like, I know he's not going to beat Priest, but like this dude has it. Like, I caught this shit months ago, man. This dude's just like Booker T. And back in '97, nobody thought Booker T could be like a world champion, but it just gradually happened. And I see that potential in Jay
I
Uso.
see that.
Jay
I see
about-
that.
The
yeah,
last
Jay-
thing he needs is to
Jay-
be teaming with Jimmy again. Like, I'm sorry, that's just beneath him.
Jay
Let's
about
keep
to
the
fight for the
push
world
going.
title. Jay about to fight for the world title at Backlash, so
He's
against
gonna
Priest.
lose.
He's got the marketing.
No,
He's got the
he's gonna
charisma.
lose. He's gonna lose by fuck shit though. It's not gonna be a clean
Right.
loss.
So it's gonna be a dusty finish, basically.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. Basically, like this dude has singles potential, and it's like And normally I hate it, like because in WWE it's always about who's the Shawn and who's the Jannetty, but like in the case of the Usos, it's like, dude, Jimmy sucks. Like fucking Jay Cook, man.
Know who Jay reminds me of? Honestly, he reminds me of Bret Hart.
Yeah, I can
Remember
see
Bret
that.
Hart's rise?
who reminds you of Brett?
Jay does. Jay's rise reminds me of Bret Hart's rise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
No, not me.
No. Because
Well,
like
I see where he's going with it. I see where he's going with it because God rest his soul, Anvil wasn't as good as Brett, and Jimmy isn't as good as Jay.
no. Like, let me basically tell it to you like this. Remember when Brett won his first IC title? I think it was like in '89.
Dynasty said, "Hell no."
And he was a part of the Hart dynasty. Him winning the IC title was proof enough that he could be a single star and it could work.
All right. Mm-hmm. I see.
This is Jay's moment was just like Bret Hart's moment when Bret won the IC title over I think it was over
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't help him. He's
Alright,
let him stay
I
this
see what
case.
you-
Y'all
I see
helping
what
him.
you're
Don't
saying,
help him.
I see what you're saying. To me, it's
Yo,
more of
Dynasty,
a-
pull up, Dynasty.
All right.
There's a decent debate. Yo, Dynasty, you should pull up. Let's have this
I see-
debate. Do you think
I'm right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I
now.
see what you're saying.
Let's
For
get
me,
it.
it's more of a Booker T, Stevie Ray thing, and it's not that Stevie Ray was bad or anything. He was good enough, but Booker was just better in every way. Booker was flashier. He had like a more impressive looking offense. He had that crowd connection. Booker just had that it factor. He had it, and like a Nitro, like in '97, Stevie Ray could have like a random match of like Mongo McMichael or Conan.
And you can hear crickets.
Right. It was okay, but then Booker could go out there like with Fit Finley, Benoit, DDP,
and they would kill it.
Right.
And Chris Benoit. Excuse me, not Chris Benoit. Christopher Benoit. Excuse me.
Right. I remember as a kid like watching like him having like random jobber matches on Saturday night against like low card guys like Prince Ikea or like Alex Wright, and I was like, wow, this guy's like really good.
That 7-match series with Benoit, that's when you knew Booker T was a star.
Right. I see that same potential in Jay. I see it, and it's like it's him. It just comes across. It's a very rare quality. Like it's a person who you don't even think of like as a world champion.
Virgo, babe. Thanks for the cash.
But then you see him
Virgo.
But then like you see him in a singles match, and you're just like, well, like I think this dude's got something. Like I'm looking at Jay, it's like he's got the market appeal. He's over. He's got the catchphrase. I love how his promos are just short and to the point. Like, oh my god, it's so good. No one does promos like him. The crowd is never bored. They're always paying attention to what he says. Like,
they always say yeet.
Right, like I'm not saying the dude needs to be the fucking face of the company, but like there's potential there. I don't know if this is a world champion or intercontinental champion, but there's something there, and they should not just fucking throw it away.
He's next man up. That's what he is.
So Donis just said he's on his way to work, so he can't pull up. So we gotta remember this shit. Y'all gotta have that debate.
Who, me and Dynasty?
Yeah, when it comes to this dude Jey Uso, his rise to the main event, is it similar to Bret Hart's rise? Pause.
Right. I just think for whatever reason, Jay's just more hungry and Jimmy's not. Maybe he's content because he sleeps with Trinity every night. I'd be content too. I don't know.
Shit, why not?
Because Booker was hungry too, Steve. Because Booker was hungry. Booker was in fucking jail, and the only reason he was even wrestling was because Stevie Ray gave him a tryout. So Stevie didn't really give a fuck. It was just another way to make money. Booker's like if I don't do this, I'm going back to KFC in 9 to 5. So Booker was hungry.
But Jimmy is definitely hold on. Icon said, but Jimmy is definitely not a Stevie Ray. He's got way more charisma, but Jay is definitely stronger.
I don't know, Icon, because you know what Stevie's got? Stevie's got the slapjack. No Diddy.
What?
That's a definite no Diddy. That's a definite no Diddy.
Yo, this dude, remember he was doing the fucking pedigree. I'm like, why is this dude doing the pedigree? What are we doing here?
The part that pissed me off the most. The part that pissed me off the most with that Disco Inferno did the stunner. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Gifted couldn't get a birthday. How is he gifted?
Why is he gifted?
Put some respect on Stevie Ray's name. He was the leader of NWO Hollywood at one point. Sarcasm.
BT. NWO BT. But there was like a couple of moments that really made me stand up this weekend. One was, did you guys see the UFC 300 fight?
Nah.
Between
remember we said from before, we barely be watching like UFC and all that shit. So that's why you're the correspondent when it comes to the sports.
If you have the time, watch this fight. There was this dude, right? Max Holloway. There you go. Max Holloway pointed to the center of the octagon and said, "Meet me here."
It's going
and the person
down.
that he was fighting met him, and they traded punches to the end of the round. It was 1 second left, and he caught dude with a right.
Oh, I heard about that. He got KO'd like when there was
floored him.
You just said it right. That was his fault. Then why would he fucking do that when the round was about to end?
So Ballet asked, wasn't Bret Hart rise as a solo star a slow burn?
Yes, it always is. It always is. Every time there's a brother tag team, Bret and Anvil weren't brothers per se, but
Brother-in-law.
With Brett and Anvil, with Jeff and Matt, with Booker T and Stevie Ray, or in this case, Jay and Jimmy, it's always a slow kind of burn, and the company just kind of finds themselves in a position where it's like, oh wow, we have a new top guy, right? And they just give it to him. So, you know,
Yo, Ballet, you a mess. She said pause. She said pause to what Dynasty just said.
What I know about,
I know it's. Hold on. She said pause to this. I know it's WCW 2000, but Stevie had enough charisma to do commentary, laughing out loud. His issue was he was just too big and
right.
Dynasty, you gotta add no
But I can tell you about the Usos, and this was probably like where Jimmy comes in, is that when they came into business together, they both legitimately had no interest being singles guys. They just wanted to be a tag team like forever, and that's fine and all, but like, you know.
Yeah, like, and here's the thing, when it comes to wrestling, not everybody could be a singles wrestler, right? But that's the ultimate goal. That's why half of the talent that goes into these wrestling companies that can't get over on their own, they'll be a tag team to rub off, you know what I mean, to get that heat, and then they'll eventually move on with their career. Maybe they may branch off to another tag team, but the ultimate goal is for them to be a singles wrestler so they could be a star. That's always been the ultimate goal. It's only like a rarity when it comes to a tag team going all the way with their tag team career. So, you know what I mean, from when they start to when they retire.
Icon. Let me basically tell it to you like this, okay? When Jay's rise, the reason why I compare it to Bret Hart is that there are moments where you say, "Is he the guy? Can I strap the company no Diddy to his back?" That's why I said no Diddy before. That's why I said no Diddy before.
Let's get serious. We silly. Let's get serious. Go ahead, Black Star. Go ahead.
Like, can you put the company on their backs? And in Jay's case and in Bret Hart's case, they answered the question in such a significant and an obvious way that you had to do it. That's the reason why I compare Jay to Bret and not Jay to Booker T. Booker T was by accident.
And don't worry, Icon. When that trial starts, he's going to be innocent until proven Diddy.
That was such a dad joke, but a funny dad joke.
Right.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of,
here's something random. So this weekend,
what's up?
This weekend, we're gonna have Dynasty. Swerve's gonna beat Joe. He's gonna become the first ever Black AEW champion. When that happens, I can't wait for all these people suddenly to act like they give a shit about Swerve when they didn't care about him like a year ago, 2 years ago.
He ain't beating.
Well, that's not really fair. Like, Swerve definitely got a following,
No, I'm not talking about Swerve. I'm not talking about Swerve. I'm not even talking about wrestling fans. I'm talking about the fucking fake. What do you even call them, man? What do you call like those people who like praise something because of diversity in it, but they don't
King
even
Mike
about it? Well, there you go. You just answered my question.
Yeah, I heard King Mike killing it though. I heard King Mike out there doing his thing. I don't know.
We'll see on Sunday, man.
I'm telling you, I am so confident. I am so confident of thinking that is not.
You breaking up a little bit, TKO.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you breaking up a little bit. You sound a little bit like Will I Am.
Hang on, hear me now?
Nah, you still sound like Will I Am.
Yeah, my bad.
Go next to your Wi-Fi box.
Dynasty said he been watching Swerve for over a decade. Right.
All right.
Ever since he was kill shot.
Yeah, to me, he'll always be kill shot. That's how
I'm
I
telling you.
That's how we should pull up at Dynasty. He should pull up dressed like kill shot, have that
No,
mask.
speaking of
That'll
Lucha
be
Underground,
awesome.
speaking of Lucha Underground, man, shout outs to Thunder Rosa. This is how good she is. Do you know how long it took me to realize that Cobra Moon from Lucha Underground was Thunder Rosa? I only
What?
realized that like a year. Exactly,
What?
right? I didn't even realize it was her.
whoa.
Right,
Oh shit.
right. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Crazy.
Oh damn.
But I have a couple of funny wrestling moments. Remember when, right? I think it was like SummerSlam. I think it was like either 90 or 91. And it was the Mountie versus the Big Boss Man, right? And like Big Boss Man won. Then like there was a scene where like the Mountie went to jail. And then like there was like some big ass dude. And like they was about to rape the Mountie before it faded to black.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I remember that.
Oh,
I laughed hard. I was like,
Wasn't that SummerSlam?
Yeah, either 90 or 91.
That's because the Mountie always gives his man no Diddy.
The Mountie had,
Icon
Mountie had one of the
said
greatest
they
entrances
coming
of all time.
back to Seattle in May, so hope Swerve come back as champ. Yo,
He's
look.
not.
Speaking of, I
Why
can't
would- why
wait.
was-
I can't wait. Yo, I'm gonna be there for the second draft of the Raw
Day two?
Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna be there, B. I'm in the
Yeah,
Like
building.
Blackstar, why would Swerve lose to Joe? Like Joe had his run. It's time to move on, man.
Because this is all leading up to Joe
You-
versus. This
You
is
know
all
what it
leading up
is
to
too?
Joe versus
Like,
MJF.
what the fuck is this dude Swerve gonna do? What is Swerve gonna do when he get the belt? He should get the belt, right? I'm not disputing that, but yeah. After that, Samoa Joe's gonna get his rematch. Then what? Who's next?
This is all leading up to Joe versus MJF. This is what it's leading up to, basically. And then MJF versus Adam Cole. That's what those two matches are.
You just heard what you said. So what the fuck is Swerve in this equation?
He like I said, he's not winning. That's why I'm
Yeah,
so
he
confident.
is winning.
No, he
has
gotta
to
win. He has to win.
He's
He
not
should have
winning.
won from before. Seriously, that
He's
triple threat match between
nah,
Samoa
he
Joe.
He's
nah,
the
I'm
hottest
not
thing
mad
they got, bro. He's the
I'm
hottest
not
thing they
mad
got.
that-
His
When
opportunity
that
to
triple
watch
threat
it
match
run.
between him, Samoa Joe, and Hangman Page,
he
this dude
shouldn't have
Strickland
won
should
that
have
one.
won. Strickland should have
No, he
won
shouldn't
then.
have. Nah,
How
he
about
he
this?
shouldn't have because he would have got overshadowed. He shouldn't
about
have
No,
won.
he wouldn't have.
Right,
Yes,
right,
He was at his
bro.
best. He
Yes,
was
he
at his
would've. That
best
shit
at
was
that
about.
time.
But that shit was about that pay-per-view was about Sting, bro. Nobody would have
That's what you're
thought
talking
about him.
about. Yeah. To me,
Oh,
about-
like
Swerve's got to win.
nobody talking about that shit. We spoke about that shit for one day. That's it.
See,
It don't
for me,
matter.
man, for me, Swerve's got to win because it's a rule in wrestling, man. Wrestling 101, man. When the trigger is hot, you got to pull it because there's no guarantee fans are going to give a fuck 3 months from now, 5 months from now, 10 months
Especially
from now.
nowadays. Everybody got
Right.
D.
How about this?
Attention disorder like a motherfucker.
Especially Roman Reigns fans. I think they need to be on round-the-clock suicide watch. Because good lord, man, they
How
are
about this?
hitting on Cody.
How about this? If Swerve wins, I won't talk shit about Tony Khan for an entire month. If Swerve wins,
Bullshit. I'm still talking shit
That's
about
kind
Tony
of
Khan.
impossible.
It's
but
just
anyway.
like this is like when it comes to that shit, like Tony Khan don't get no praise if he puts the belt on this dude. He don't get
I
no praise
still
for
say
that.
that
That's something he's
really-
supposed to do. That's like feeding your child or drinking a glass of water.
Right.
It's something that you have to
Man.
do. It's just a must. You don't get no accolades for doing what you have to do.
Man,
so to talk shit about Tony Khan.
Fuck him.
man, listen. Roman fans, y'all need to be on suicide watch because good lord.
But yo, on some real G shit, wrestling is really fun again. It is. Like
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It
I
is.
remember from before. We was here. right here. And I'll be like, oh damn, B, ain't nothing to talk about. And it's like it was really that formulaic. It was
Yeah,
that formulaic, be like, and
the show would
I know
basically
it's still not nothing going on right now as much, but it's still something to talk about. We got like expectations, right? Like, all right, we got like with Raw. We can't wait to see what happens on Raw. We can't wait to see what happens with some storylines in AEW. Like when it comes to this dude Hook, when it comes to these dudes FTR and the young bums.
young bums.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Like it's some shit to look forward to.
But like the fun part about this current era of wrestling is that as bad as like even during the bad shows, right? And there's been plenty of bad shows during this particular era, but there's always something good you can pick out of those bad shows.
It's a lot more good than bad. I would say that.
Yeah, but on the bad nights, you can pick something good out of it. You can say at least that was good, or at least that was like back in the day. You could watch an entire Raw, and you could pick out one thing that's acceptable.
Only one.
Yeah, only one thing that's acceptable. Yesterday's show, you can pick out 2 or 3 things that was good to great. That's the difference.
Yeah, Raw. These past couple of Raws has been good. Like
I've said before that that for better or worse, 3 hours will always be a chore, but you can see movement on Raw. You could see the building blocks and the structures of all right, this is going to be the next top person. They're cooking with this. They're cooking with this. To me, SmackDown still sucks.
Right.
It's been a bad show for over a
it
year
got to
now.
transfer to SmackDown now.
Yeah.
And
SmackDown is not a good
I'm glad
show.
great transition, right? AJ at LA Knight Part 2. What's your thoughts on that? Who y'all think should win that match? Like, I hope they don't do no cop out and have like a triple threat match.
They're gonna have. I think
AJ's
it's gonna be.
win.
I think it's Cody versus AJ.
Yeah.
Let me steal a word from CJ the Champ. AJ's gonna win because the power of plot. The plot's gonna kick in. 50-50 booking.
AJ's gonna win. But yeah, SmackDown.
But here's the thing, though, right? Like, all right, for instance, you don't want to have this do LA Knight suffer a pinfall victory again. You know what I mean? Like, because he got fed to Roman. After he got fed to Roman, they tried to build him up again. He beat AJ. He beat AJ at WrestleMania. So it's like they on a way on building him back up again. Why have him lose clean to AJ?
The Knight's turning heel.
AJ's a heel now, so he'll do some shenanigans, low blow, feet on the rope, something like that.
The Knight, if Knight wins, Knight's turning heel on Cody, basically.
No, they're not going to turn Knight. He's too over, so AJ is going to win. So
okay.
You want your whenever you crown a new world champion, the first person has to be someone you can beat. Someone that can afford to take a loss. AJ can lose; it won't hurt him. Knight winning,
but he already lost though. That's the thing. He lost at WrestleMania, so it's like, would you have him lose 2 times in a row to LA Knight?
It's not going to hurt AJ. AJ's a former WWE champion.
AJ's not going to lose tonight, though.
Yeah. I mean, AJ's going to lose to Cody. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh yeah, he's definitely losing to Cody. That's
right.
If that happens.
Yeah, the first defense is always going to be against someone who can afford to take the loss.
And I ain't gonna lie, I would rather see Cody go up against this dude, AJ. I really would rather see that. I don't want to see.
Yeah, it's a fresh match.
Yeah, I don't want to see him go up against damn LA Knight. That match wouldn't be it.
That
match should be bland as hell.
I've already given my theories on SmackDown. In my opinion, they gave up when they realized they weren't going to be on Fox. When they moved to USA, they'll probably put more effort into it. I've said it for months now. SmackDown is the worst show.
Yeah, it's paid by numbers. It's
right,
by
right.
numbers.
It's the most formulaic paint by numbers show on TV every week, and people give it a pass because it's a 2 hour show, and it's like, yeah, Raw's 3 hours is a chore, but they're at least putting effort in Raw. My main beef with SmackDown is that there's too many mid carders that are not fighting over anything. Like Lashley's just like, why is Lashley like just doing random, like why isn't he challenging for a main event belt or a secondary
Because he's
belt?
banging.
This
Because he's too
this
busy.
Escobar,
Because he's too
the
busy
Escobar
begging.
dude, the
He's too
Escobar
busy
Ray
begging.
feud could have been for the U.S. title. That could have made it more interesting.
Because
Cross
he's
is
too.
just there. He's not doing anything.
Well,
Logan Paul's a good actor.
didn't the final testicles go to NXT?
Yeah,
Watching
Let me
NXT.
answer.
they're on NXT. Yes.
Let me answer. Let me answer Toph's questions real quick. Lashley's not fighting for a title because he's too busy banging B-Fab.
You think he's smashing B-Fab?
For sure.
Isn't he married?
Don't give a
I thought
fuck.
he was married.
Oh, please. Like that really matters.
Oh, dude, you're right.
Like, yo, this dude is tongue kissing your wife right in front of your face, you goofy.
Oh my god, this shit was the worst.
Santos.
You're right.
Santos is too busy banging Alexa Lopez to actually give a fuck about titles.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, on some real G shit, like how they reunited, and if I guess it felt so good when they came to her.
I
'Cause
thought
it's like,
I thought Andrade was banging that other Spanish chick.
and it's like, yo, because
Selena?
I get it, because come on, be us black and gold elitist when it comes to NXT. They was a great duo. They was Andrade and Zelina Vega. They was a great duo, but how they reunited and she wrapped her legs around this dude waistline and all that, like, yo.
Like you do realize that Selena will be a dead woman if she even touches Andrade backstage.
Like, you got no. You saying it's Andrade? It's
Andrade.
Andrade. There you go, Andrade.
And I also don't like how like two jobbers are the tag champs now. So that's just
Which
whatever.
Right. This is what I fucking rant. This is what I'll be fucking talking about with fucking WWE, right?
Which
These dudes always award losers. Why the fuck they always do that shit, right?
Which two jobbers though?
And it's like, yo, why even go to work and train hard and win matches? Why?
I tell you,
There's no point to it.
I tell you
If
this.
the fucking losers is gonna fuck, and that's you know what's the main thing that kills me. These motherfuckers ain't even popular like that. It's not like the chicks like, oh
Right.
my god, look at Grayson
Right.
Waller and this dude that putts Austin Theory, whatever the fuck his name is. Ain't nobody fucking checking for these motherfuckers.
The only positive,
when your name
the only definitive positive I can really give SmackDown is they have a pretty health. I was gonna say pretty, but the draft is gonna be coming soon. But the past
I
couple
can't
of
wait.
months,
I'm gonna be there for that Monday Night Raw.
they seem to
motherfucker.
have
they
seem to have a pretty healthy. They have a pretty healthy women's division. You got Naomi, you got Jade, you got Tiffany Stratton. You know, Charlotte's hurt, whatever. You got Bailey, you got Asuka, you got Io. You know, so there's a lot of movement going on in the women's division.
Like I said, with the AEW, they needed Mercedes. WWE really didn't need her.
Right.
When you pass,
The main thing that SmackDown needs to do, and at least they're addressing Solo finally, is there's too many uppercart guys that are just doing nothing.
They're top heavy.
Solo, Lashley, Escobar. They need to be like in title contention like fucking 6 months ago. This is ridiculous. Like let's
when your tag team name is A-Town Down Under, would you really care?
It's ridiculous, yo.
No.
Really
but
ridiculous.
but here's the reason why. Theory and Waller won the tag team titles. It's because they're placeholders, and you know who they're placeholders for. They're placeholders for Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu.
Might as well.
Bro, their name is A-Town Down Under.
Again, no idiot.
That's kind of like a
lazy, dude.
teabag party.
Jesus fucking God. That's almost this. That's as bad as what's that? What's the name of that? What's the name of Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne's tag name again?
The
No, New Catch
Republic
Republic.
or whatever. This is so lame. You know.
Oh God,
Oh,
why?
speaking of Tama, his younger brother, Hike Leo, his contract is up in June.
Which
All right
means
now, I hope they don't
Oh,
bring him to the
shit.
bloodline now. Like, that's not all right now.
he'll be.
Look, just,
He'll
shit.
be-
Just stick with Jacob Fatu, man.
Yeah, I
No.
hope they don't do that.
Here's
That'll
what's
be
gonna happen.
so
Here's-
silly.
It's
Here's
some
what's gonna
shit
happen.
Tama could. It's some shit Tama would do. I could see Tama do that because to anyone, first of all, to anyone who is not familiar with Tama Tonga's New Japan work, Tama as a character. First of all, didn't he get into like a Twitter feud with Roman a couple of years ago? I'm pretty sure they were like
Yeah,
throwing
he
shade at each other.
did.
Heard
He got to a
of
Twitter
Tama
feud with the New
Tonga.
Day.
He did.
I heard of
Right.
Tama Tonga, but I never really followed his career
Right.
like that.
He talks
Okay, well
massive
here's what you need to know about Tama. This is how I already know. Like I already know I already know where it's gonna go. Tama Tonga is not the kind of character to be subservient to someone else. That
It's
is
only gonna
not
be
him.
for a little while.
That is not him at all. I will.
Well, he's
be
gonna have to humble
very-
himself to the fucking tribal chief. Then he's gonna have to
I
humble
will be
himself. It don't
very
matter.
shocked. I will be very shocked if I see Roman Reigns on television and he says, "Roman, I acknowledge you." I can't even say it without laughing. Like this
Isn't it
is
a
the
dude
same
from
dude.
the Gorillas of Destiny?
Yeah. This is the
He's the
same
leader.
dude that
He's the
it's
leader
the
of
same
the.
dude that had beef
Gorillas
with.
of Destiny.
He had beef with Kenny. He had beef with Cody. He had beef with Jay White. This guy has a history of not following orders. I don't see it. So
Let me
when
see
that
how we're
turn
gonna,
comes, when the new
let me see.
bloodline turns on Roman, I guarantee you the first person who's going to do that first
It's
stab
gonna
in
be
the
Tama.
back it's going to be Tama.
Yeah, it's
He's
gonna be
gonna
Tama. Yeah.
he's gonna turn when they turn on Roman. It's gonna be him. That's my prediction.
Tama does not like following orders whatsoever.
Yeah, that's not his style at all. So I laughed my ass off when he went to Paul Heyman. He was like, "By orders of the tribal chief." It sounded so fake when he said that. So
No, but
let's
people
see
And
what he
you
does.
notice they didn't say.
which tribal chief?
They didn't say. They just said the tribal chief. You notice that, right?
Yeah, right.
They made it ambiguous so that you don't know which one's which.
They definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be
Really?
real
Yeah,
interesting.
we're gonna be getting another Civil War, I guess, by Survivor
Solo's the
Series.
new tribal chief.
I predict it's gonna be Solo versus.
Yeah, Solo's the new
Roman.
tribal chief.
No, it's gonna be Solo versus Roman 1-on-1.
I don't think he should be the tribal chief. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't say not necessarily be the tribal chief, but he's definitely gonna be the leader of this new bloodline.
Well, what's the thing of it again? What do you call it? You know, the thing that Roman puts around his neck.
The lay.
Legs.
Yeah, the leg.
Right.
No,
well, whenever
no.
Roman comes back, whenever he comes back, he's getting jumped, and Solo's going to put that on, and then he'll be the tribal chief.
That's
how it works.
That shit don't
Yeah,
make
Solo's
no
going to be the
sense.
new tribal chief. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you remember,
Because
saying, man,
let's
Solo said
let's
that-
really be real. Roman Reigns wasn't on a losing streak when he became the tribal chief.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, I'm with you there. But if you remember in that promo, Roman did say that Solo was the heir apparent.
Yeah, but that was before he was on a losing streak.
That was during the losing streak.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
What are you talking about? No, he was still like I was saying that he only had like 2 losses at that time. Only 1 or 2 losses.
Yeah, the beginning of the streak. The streak started when he was called. It was called the tribal heir. That's when the streak started.
No. Because remember, he went on that losing streak after he beat Cena. They wasn't on that following SmackDown.
Yeah, that announcement happened after he beat Cena, which means that it was the beginning of the streak.
I'm going to do my research on that one right there.
I don't think Nana needs to go yet. If anything, Nana will be a good story for Swerve.
Hey, y'all motherfuckers is crazy as hell. Y'all saying that shit. Y'all bogus. Trying to sit there and say, I think it was you, Tove, saying that, have this dude Prince Nana turn on Swerve. No, hell no.
Prince Nana is such a fantastic asshole.
I'm 50-50 on it because I don't think Swerve needs him. But I do
Yes,
think
he does.
But I
Hell
think
yeah,
he adds
does.
to it. I think he adds to it. But I don't
That
think Swerve
dance-
like needs him.
No,
That-
they complement each other. They really
That
do.
dance put the song over.
The only thing they really gotta acknowledge with Swerve is like, all right, what's up with the fuck, I forgot the name. You mentioned it the other week, Sam, man.
Mogul Embassy.
The mobile embassy, yeah, like so, like,
Yeah.
are they going to be de facto faces?
Right.
Like, what's going on there? They got to.
No,
You
Yeah,
don't
they're
know that's not gonna happen. You know Tony Khan's gonna sweep that under the rug like they never even existed. Because
No,
they should have a segment. Like, I don't know who's gonna talk for the Mogul Embassy, whatever. Because somebody should address this dude Swerve and be like, yo, so what's going on? You know, like, you a good guy now? Or I know you're not gonna say that, but you know, they should address the fucking situation.
Right. It's like
No,
it's
they
like
keep-
when Hangman won. It's like when Hangman won the belt. The Dark Order came out to celebrate with him because Hangman was like associated with them, but he was never part of the Dark Order. So if Swerve wins, is the embassy going to come out and celebrate with Swerve, or is he just going to have his moment by himself? I think that'll tell us where it's going to go. So
Real quick, you should watch a channel called Wrestling Bios. This dude,
Yeah, I like wrestling bio.
yeah, I like that channel. Yeah,
this dude fucking goes like in on, you know, like wrestling shows and stuff like that. But the funniest one he ever did was to trying to think of the guy's name. A 2 Cold Scorpio. We did that music video in WCW.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We did.
Too Cold Scorpio is a bona fide Hall of Famer, and I will die on that hill.
That song
Yeah.
alone puts him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Literally, that's him. That and Flash Funk alone puts him in the Hall of Fame. I don't give a fuck.
Ooh, Flash, you're so fucking.
And then
And
Vince
when I heard
starts
that for the
dancing.
first time, legit, I was watching with my dad. My dad was cooking in the kitchen, and when he saw Too Cold coming out dressed like that, my dad went outside and got a gun to go to the shooting range. That's how pissed off he was.
Damn.
Jesus. What the
And then
hell?
Vince McMahon's dumbass was saying, "I've never seen so much red and yellow in Madison Square Garden." Like, okay, Vince.
Oh, God.
Man.
And like the way Vince starts dancing just makes you laugh.
I never forget that time when he said, "Come on, Kang, shake that thing." When he was talking about during this dude Flash Funk entrance.
Right.
Remember that shit that he came out with? He dressed like a pimp with the 2 girls that was dancers.
Since we're talking about dancers, I just want to say that that first chick that Fandango was dancing with was a baddie, and she never came back. That's the real reason why Fandango didn't get over. But whatever.
Speaking of baddies, I ain't allow you on some real G shit. Like when it comes to these wrestling companies, like they need more bad bitches up in their fucking promotions.
Now, who needs more bad bitches is TNA, bro. You seen them?
Right.
Chicks now? Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, like
Oh my God.
some of them bitches over there look like they managers to a custodian.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's this chick. I keep on forgetting her name, but there's this chick. I think she's Puerto Rican. I think. I'm not too sure though. But like I swear to God, she's like 4'8". She looks like she's fucking 12.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. That's one of my main criticisms against TNA, because TNA was like the place that had like the sexiest chicks in the fucking business. Like looking at them now, it's like, man, all the girls they got now, they look like chicks you see like at fucking Spencer's, like on a fucking discount Tuesday or some shit.
Hold on, I'm about to get her name right now.
They look that like they work at Walmart.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like
yeah.
That's not steroids.
And we're not even trying to be perverted. It is. What
Yes,
it is,
we
man.
are.
Sex,
Yes, because
no.
sex sells.
I'm saying,
Also,
of course it does.
Sex sells.
Sex.
But here's the thing, right? That doesn't mean just because a female is sexy, she has to be in the ring and wrestle.
I got her name.
That's the thing that motherfuckers get misconstrued. The main thing is like sexy valets, right?
Right.
Look at Trish Stratus. She was a sexy valet. And look what happened after that. She ended up getting better in wrestling. It wasn't even planned. It just happened. A new
Right.
song was created.
I was gonna go halfway with you. Yeah, sex does sell, but the thing about it is, what every woman's roster needs is it needs diversity. The problem with TNA's roster now is like 70% of the girls are doing like that gothic Rosemary Daphne,
Yeah.
and that
Like, I gotta-
worked. That worked with Daphne, and it worked with Rosemary because nobody else was doing the gothic shit.
I think
But
that's
when you
why.
have
I think that's why Timeless is working.
Like, I got
Right.
her name.
That's probably
I
the
got her
main reason
name,
why
by the way.
Timeless Tony Storm is working, like with the whole Marilyn Monroe shit, because she's doing
Yeah, that
something
shit
different
works.
from everybody else, right?
Right.
But I got her name, by the way.
Yeah.
Tasha Steeles.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Tasha. She's okay.
She looks fucking 12.
Yeah,
Right.
but she acts a little bit like old school Sasha Banks.
Yeah, true.
Right. Yeah. That's how I feel about like. That's how I feel about like. I mean, I don't watch NXT, but I've seen clips of like some of the girls down there, and most of them look like fucking like middle school girls. So I can't take it seriously either. But
Yeah, Roxy especially looks like a middle school girl.
I forgot. I mentioned it before. It was like last year. It was like last year, the year before that. It was an NXT show. I couldn't tell you. It wasn't regular NXT. It was a premium live event. What's her name? Cora something.
Cora Jade.
Cora Jade was having a match with Roxanne Perez, and I don't know who. I don't know what the
Cora
story
Jade-
was about.
Cora Jade looks
I just
14.
remember. I just remember. I turned on my Peacock. I was watching the match. and
My
they were
Peacock,
like-
my Peacock mega pause on every single letter of that.
Right. They were like fighting in the audience, and it legitimately looked like two 7th graders like fighting. And I was like, I can't watch this shit. I just cut it off. I was like, no. Okay.
No, Corey J looks 14. Legitimately.
Right.
That's it, B. But yeah, B.
And right now, Sacramento is up 18 on Golden State. Looks like Golden State is about to get eliminated.
What's the quarter?
The end of the third. 91-75.
Before we get up out of here, I just want everybody to recognize that Damian Priest is from the Bronx. One round of applause.
You ended the show with that shit.
It was the pause. It was the pause that got me. That was
Damian Priest is he's from the motherfucking Bronx. And shouts go out to the bump. Shouts go
You
out.
end every show with that.
I heard that he's like what, the second Puerto Rican world champion in WWE. Is that
He's
true?
the first.
He's the first, actually.
He's the first.
Well,
yeah.
of this era when it comes to a Puerto Rican.
Wasn't there someone else before him?
Yeah,
I could have sworn there was.
Pedro Morales.
Oh
Pedro
yeah,
Morales
right.
No, Pedro Morales won the IC, not the
Nah, he's a heavyweight
Did he?
champion.
He did?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's cool though. That's a cool little trivia fact.
And not only that, he's from the Bronx. We on our way to the first ever black man from the Bronx as the world heavyweight champion. We on our way.
Nice.
This is a step towards that. Well,
Oh,
it's not gonna
okay,
happen. I hope I'm still on this earth when that happens. But I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna be 70 years old. Like, yeah.
The one person who made me proud that he's from California is Vader. And Vader's from fucking Compton. I was like, wait, what? He's from Compton? I was like, yeah, he's from Compton. I was like, well, how the fuck is he from Compton?
Swerve's interesting. Isn't Swerve like from Washington, like the state?
Yeah, he's from DC.
He hides it well.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, he is. I think he is from DC. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The one person I'll always be surprised is Vader being from Compton. I was like,
I don't care. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like Damian Priest is right before the Bronx motherfuckers be. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was mad about that cash in because I was here for Drew McIntyre, but hey, it is what it is. B, this dude Drew McIntyre should just beat Seth Rollins, celebrated, and went about his business.
Quick question before we go.
He took it upon himself to fuck with this dude CM Punk. Man, look what happened.
Quick question before we go. Who's you taking a fight? Priest or Vader? Vader in his prime, by the way. or priest
No,
now?
well,
Really?
yeah, priest is done.
Come on, what kind of question is that? You know the answer to that damn question.
Exactly. So he's repping the Bronx.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
got
repping the
it. Thank
Bronx.
you for that. I was gonna
Yeah,
go
like
away
what the so
quietly.
what? Like, so you just want to just because he's repping the Bronx,
I was
wanting to
gonna
get
go.
annihilated? The fuck?
I was
Oh,
gonna go away
man.
quietly, but now I gotta get one last Diddy joke in. My memory of Vader will always be Starcade '93. He gets out the limo, Harley Race, and Harley Race is pumping him up, and Vader's like, "Yeah, we gonna party tonight. We gonna have a big party." Yeah, and it's like, you know who else likes to party? P Diddy's sus ass. Good night.
Yeah, yo. Vader's from. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I could pull it up on the highly expensive Counciltron. Give me 1 second. Yeah, like yeah, this dude had
Yeah, Vader's from Compton.
yeah. Give me 1 second now.
Because I always thought Vader was from Denver.
Me too.
Yeah, that's what I always
That's where
thought.
he was billed from. He was billed from Denver, but I don't think that's where he was actually from.
No, he's actually from. Yeah, he's actually from South Central.
Yeah,
South
just
Central.
like Damian Priest. He's billed from New York
Right.
City. And it's like, yeah, from the Bronx though. Let that be known. He's from the fucking Bronx. It's okay to say he's from the Bronx. Yeah, no, he's from
Yeah,
New York City.
he was
He's
billed
from
from
Manhattan.
Colorado. He was billed from Colorado because they thought it would add to the mystique of the Vader character. But yeah, he was from California, just like Sandman said.
No. They'll put more mystique into his character is if you say from Compton, California. Big Bang Bang. That would put more mystique to his character.
Says he was born in he was born in Linwood, California, and grew up in Compton. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
He's from
Got you
Compton.
right now. If y'all will please look at the highly expensive Counciltron.
The $2 billion.
You see this dude chopping it up with Snoop D-O-double-G.
we need a deleted scene from Straight Outta Compton of them like rapping wearing Vader shirts now, just because.
Yeah.
Y'all can see it?
Yeah, we saw. Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
He popped his eye back in.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Shout outs to Snoop Dogg, by the way, for commentary at that WrestleMania. That was funny.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
My bad, y'all. Oh, there you go. Yeah, B. Let's get up out of here. We're gonna be back on I was about to say Wednesday, excuse me. We're gonna be back on Friday. We're gonna talk about, this weekend wrestling, because you got other topics to get into. And on that note, the vibes be.
Good night, you fucks.
Peace out, your bums.
Stay frosty.
Always. Stay frosty. Keep your head on the swivel.
Good night, you fucks.
Let me play some music real quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read the chat real quick. Let me read some chats real quick. See what the chat got going on. Peace, everybody in the chat. Peace for everybody hitting the like button. Ballet Dynasty. Ballet the Enforcer stay in the building. Henny God. With a dudo. Play some music. Get us up out of here. I definitely appreciate y'all hitting the thumbs up. Put the thumbs up. Hacksaw Jigga style. I said hacksaw Jigga style. Excuse me. CL on Friday, B. Let me go.
I am here approved with force. Cause you like a fish and spill your sauce. Kill the track with no remorse. Spit those balls till I get hoarse. Break his face like I'm the man. It's no fact that I'm the man. Put my tracks on high demand. Smack your face with a sheep pen. Slit your throat with the guillotine. One man army with a team. Wanna scheme in your dream. Cannot run that laser beam. Niggas never had that block on lock. All that bullshit needs to stop. All you do is lie a lot. I had sacks right in my sock. What you do is search for a purse. Pop them shits like they all search. Put a grenade in your wife's purse. Top of the grade on this nice verse. Hit you with that Novocaine. All you had yourself to blame. Most these rappers have no shame. Welcome to my hall of pain. Bumming out so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Bumming out so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Break your feety in your face. Kill that beat, don't leave a trace. Hopefully don't catch a case. Opposition isn't safe. Bomber that is mad as fuck. Got it locked like Attica. Fuckery, I had enough. Growing up, I had it rough. But my family held it down. Let me get a couple rounds. Toast to my dudes at Ghost Town. Charlatans is not around. Zap the taste right out your face. Every day I paper chase. Had the safe at mother base. Use a waste of the human race. Shout come boss. Got my rivals seeing stars. Not celebrities retard. Hit in the dark, throwing darts. Now you know the consequences. Niggas run away and hopping fences. Got it from the mud deep in the trenches. This track slaps hard, knock him senseless. Bumming out so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Bumming out so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. This bumper clock will never stop. Now pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. This bumper clock will never stop.